Hey guys, it's Anna Gray, and today I wanted to discuss um, the day in the life of a Beachbody coach. Now, most people that join as a coach have a full-time job, and that was me 5 years ago. I had a full-time job with an hour and a half commute, and I left the house at 7 in the morning, and I came home at bedtime. That was my why and the reason why I am where I'm at today. But I somehow had to be able to fit in Beachbody coaching with my full-time job. So I can completely relate to a busy schedule. In fact, in the old days, I used to think that to hide that I actually worked hard as a coach was the best scenario, because I didn't want to feel like, I don't want to show that I actually work hard as a coach because I'm working full time. And actually, if you're a busy person, this business is meant for you. I have discovered in the last 5 years that coaches that have been successful have been really busy people, because we know how we need to fit things into our schedule. So when we say that we're busy, then typically at first it's scary, because you go, okay, well, my day is already full. How am I going to fit this in? And that's exactly what I said in the beginning. And that's why I just became a coach for the discount and for the accountability. And once I started to be surrounded by these people who lifted me up every day, I wanted more of that. I wanted to spend my time with those people. So it's very easy to spend a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit here and a little bit there, because you wanted to be surrounded by very positive people. Now, I don't know what your day looks like now, but typically, we tend to be surrounded by some negative people. And for me, I was surrounded by great positive people. So I made it a point to fit this business in my schedule. Now, we all have the same amount of days and hours in the day, right? We all have the same amount of hours in a day. It's what we do with those hours that, describes what our life is like, right? So a day in the life of a full-time coach, if you're doing this as a business and you want to reach some really great financial goals. I'm looking up at my 2014 goals. I've got really big goals right now, and it's July. I've hit a few. I have not hit a few, but I have goals, and we all have goals, and they could be little tiny goals, and they could be big goals. So it's up to you on how you want to do this business, but it's very possible for you to build a six-figure income while working a full-time job. And we call these things power hours. So for me, when I was working full-time, I always had a lunch hour in the middle of the day. So what I would do is I would work during my lunch hour, because what else would I be doing? I'd be sitting in the break room eating my lunch, watching Sally Jesse, or well, that's the old days, but Judge Judy or whatever was on the stupid TV, filling my brain with nothing. Instead, I could go to my car and make a few calls, or send a few messages, or check in with a few people, and really that was it. And then I drive to work, and we in this business keep it simple. And there are three things that we do, and that's those are our three vital behaviors to being successful in the business. And one is personal development. So on my way into work with my 45-minute commute, instead of listening to the radio, I will say my husband still does that, instead of listening to the radio, I would put in my personal development audiobooks, or like on YouTube, you can put it in your phone before you leave, and you're just listening to it free. So I would get that vital behavior out of the way, just me driving. I was already going to drive anyways, right? And then I would talk to people on my lunch hour. And then I would work out. And those are really it. Those are the three things that you need to do to be successful in this business. So working out, I would get up early and work out before I went to work. I got home and I spent time with my family. That very little window that I was able to, but I did. I got all my stuff done before I even got home from work. And so I did that over and over and over and over and over. And I'm not saying it's easy because, you know, when we work hard, we work hard. And that's a great quality to have. Like if you're at your job, you know you do a really good job, chances are you'd be really good at this business because you know how to work. You know that when you work hard, you feel good. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes it's exhausting. Sure. I mean, there were times where I was sacrificing some sleep, but guess what? I reached my goals. It took me 4 years to get to where I'm at right now by doing those 3 things every single day. And that's it. Still working a full-time job. It took me 20 plus years to get to where I was at in my career. Now I have surpassed that in income and have actually gained the freedom, which is, you know, you can't judge or measure that monetarily, but I have the freedom to do what I want, to go on vacation. I just was in Hawaii with my family. Neither of us had to ask for time off. So if that's your goal, to just kind of be on your own time, it's totally possible. It's not easy. You know, it's not like, okay, here you go. A year later, you've done it. There's work involved, but man, it's fun. It's rewarding. I went to nursing school to feel good about helping people. But guess what I felt? I felt zero fulfillment. Well, 1, because my patients were asleep. And 2, because I went into an IT, you know, department where I wasn't even working with patients anymore. But it just wasn't fulfilling. And now my life is so fulfilling because I get to help people. That's what I wanted to do. So, you know, working a full-time job, you can easily do this. That's actually the least of your worries, you know, as far as being busy. I teach how to balance your life and how to spend time with your family, and so that you're not being crazy and working all hours of the day to make this happen. It's just being consistent every day. That's it. The little tiny things add up at the end. We call that the compound effect. You'll learn that. That's it. I hope that helps. If you still feel too busy, then maybe it's just not the time. And that's okay. So I hope that helps.